Hello, hello, I'm so glad you're here. Today we're gonna do step 3 of making our Swedish Easter trees. They're called postkris, and actually at our house we call them pneumonia trees because last year Lainey, my daughter, got sick and she was out of school forever. So we spent a lot of time making these. And we also call them party trees because it looks like a little party in a vase. They're a great thing to make when you have lots of time on your hands, and you can mostly do it with stuff you have around the house. So what you need today is sticks, and it's good to have a vase or some sort of a vessel to put them in when you're done with them, and some pipe cleaners that are cut into thirds. You don't need the whole pipe cleaner. The tassels that we made the other day, and then the flowers that we made on the pipe cleaners that we made the other day. So there's one more thing I'm going to show you how to make before we actually do the tree, and that's just to make a little frou-frou, pom-pom kind of a dealy-bob like this one. And you can use tissue paper or crepe paper if you have a roll of leftover crepe paper, right? This is not, but I cut it to look like that. It comes in a, like a party streamer. So what you would do is just make 2 rectangles out of it, cut it. What did I say? You need scissors. You also need scissors and you need yarn. Sorry. Then you're just gonna fringe it up. So if you have little hands, they can be wide fringes. If you have bigger hands and you're more experienced at cutting, and you can do really fringe that are really close together. So I'm just doing it on both sides. I'll show you in a second. It doesn't have to be exact, super easy, like this. So the inside part is intact, and then I just crisscross them. So there's fringe, 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 fringe everywhere I look. Then I just take my little pipe cleaner, poke it through both of them, make it like a candy cane that makes a little stopper, and then you can just put it up and fringe it. It just gives some kind of fun, kind of a movement texture to your little deal. Okay, so what you do first after you have your attachments, these are like the fun things you can put on. If you also have feathers at home, it's a good thing to put on. Even pom-poms, like little pom-poms you can glue on. So what you do to start off is you take your yarn and your stick, and I don't even knot it to begin with. I just give myself a little bit of a tail, and I put my finger up there to put it in place, and then I start wrapping below it. And what I do is I just, because I'm lazy, I think, I just wrap right over that tail. I don't have a knot or anything. It just kind of secures itself on there. And I'm doing it tight, so I don't see any of the stick in between my ribbon, my yarn. I have found when I've been working with the little guys, this is a fun thing to do in a pair. Like if it's kind of hard to grasp onto and to twirl it yourself, it's kind of fun if you get into a rhythm, but sometimes it's hard to find your rhythm. So if you have one person holding the yarn down and making sure it's placed in nice tight rows, you can have the other person twirling the stick. So it becomes like a joint project, which is kind of cool. So what you're gonna do is just keep doing that. And it's a fun thing to do while you're visiting with your family, your friends, while you're on a Zoom call. I'm not a good knitter, but I think that lots of people like knitting. I know that lots of people like knitting because they can do other things while they're doing it. They can talk to people or watch TV or whatever. And so I kind of feel like this is the same thing. It just feels good to be moving your hands and be doing something, but you can also be engaging with people, visiting with people. Okay, so you're just gonna keep doing that all the way up. If you wanna change colors, you can just snip it, and then, I actually don't have another color right here.
It's pink.
Well, it's connected. It's a good idea. What I can do is like this. Okay, this one I've already got going up. Oops. Further, and I'll show you what happens if you want to switch colors. And you can do it a lot, or you can do it a little, or you can do it never. It's totally up to you and how you're feeling. So what I'm gonna do is just tie it in a knot like this. The two colors together. And it's not even a pretty knot. It doesn't even matter. And then you just continue going. And pretty soon my pink will turn into blue. There we go. And if it has some fringes coming off from the tail of your knot or whatever, it doesn't even matter because it just kind of gets all caught up in your wrapping and you don't even notice it. Kind of cool. Okay, so what I'm going to show you here, and actually if you have yarn at home that's multicolored, you don't even have to do the knot, and look what happens. You just keep wrapping. This is all one kind of yarn. It just happens to be multicolored yarn. So it looks like a whole bunch of stripes on there, which I think is super, super fun. But you can do the same thing just by tying your colors together. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this flower on, and when you're doing these, you wanna make sure that you've wrapped like higher than the bottom of your vase, because you don't want your pretty things to be stuck inside the vase. You want them to be able to be seen. So you're just gonna hold the pipe cleaner of your doodad that you've chosen up alongside your stick, and then you're just going to you are just gonna wrap that pipe cleaner like it's just part of the whole deal, right alongside your stick. You're just gonna trap it in there and keep going, I don't know, however much you want. And then it can kind of break off. You can kind of bend it to do its own thing. Okay, that yarn I chose is out already, so I'm gonna go back to pink. I'm just tying a knot to connect my colors because I ran out of yarn. So I'm gonna just hop off of my pipe cleaner now. So now I'm wrapping above the pipe cleaner. For the tassels, you can tie the tassels right onto your stick because you have these tails on the tassels. So you could, and I'd wait a little bit further up to do it. Once you've wrapped the yarn on here, you can tie the tassels right onto the stick. Actually, that's exactly what I would do. I would tie it onto the stick because I don't think the pipe cleaner can hold the weight of the tassels. But when you're doing these funny pom-poms that we made, you would just do it the same way we did this. You would just wrap halfway up or a quarter of the way up the pipe cleaner, and then you jump on top of the pipe cleaner and keep wrapping until you're done with your whole stick. And when you have a lot of them together, it's like a full party. And as you can see, we had some feathers when we did these ones. We just stuck feathers on there. Tassels, there's multicolors. It doesn't matter what you do. What's so special about it is that when you get it all together, it just looks like a party. Here's one with a pom-pom I told you about. You would just take the pom-pom, stick some glue in the middle of it, and tacky glue is better than regular Elmer's because it's just a little bit thicker, and you would just squish it around the stick and hold it for a couple seconds to make sure it's in place. So super easy, super fun, super festive. You can make super bright colors, or you can do more muted colors like this one. Make a whole jungle at your house. It's kind of fun. Thanks for watching.